As long as there's the two of us, got the world and all its charms. And when the world is through with us, we got each other's arms. Win a little, lose a little, and always sing the blues a little. That's the story of love. That's the glory of love.
Welcome, everybody, to the Blackfriars Playhouse, those of you here with us in person and those of you here with us on the live stream. Hello! Welcome to this evening's performance of The Two Gentlemen of Verona. My name is Wallace. It is a joy and a privilege to have you here. I have a few items of business before we get started. As you may have noticed, the lights are off. They're going to stay on throughout the entirety of the performance. We do this on purpose. It means that you can see us, but we can see you, and you can all see each other. You're welcome. We are photographing and recording this performance, which means that you don't have to. You could be here now if you wanted to. You could even turn your phones completely off. If you just can't stop yourself from taking photos or video, I understand it is allowed. Please make sure that your device makes no noise and the flash is turned off for the safety of the performers and the comfort of the people around you. But you could just turn your phones off. You could. Please make sure that they are on silent no matter what else you are doing with them. The lights are on. Okay. This show will run for about 75 minutes with no intermission. The actors have scripts in hand. That's on purpose. This was a staged reading. You're welcome. These 13 no-kidding campers arrived last Monday. They have put together everything you will see and have already seen, including that song, which was optional, and they decided to do additionally in the last 6 days. They have come here from all over, from Wisconsin to New Hampshire to Colorado Street. Some of them are super fans of the ASC. Some of them are in this room for the first time this week. All of them have learned about Shakespeare staging conditions, verse, rhetoric, yoga, improv, clown. They got roughed, they saw shows, they made friends, they had fun, and they put on a show. It's amazing! Give them a round of applause! I want to say thank you to Aubrey Whitlock, the Director of Education Programming, for all the help. And a general thank you to Vanessa Marosco, the Executive Director of the ASC, as well as Christina Arbogast and all the staff at Hotel 24 South, who took such good care of our campers who are staying here from out of town, and always our donors who help us keep the lights on and the programs running, and of course, Dr. Ralph Allen Cohen and Sarah Enlow, who lighted the way for all of these programs, and none of us would be here without them. So thank you all. And now, without any further ado, please lean in, get excited, and enjoy the 2024 No Kidding Shakespeare Camp production of The Two Gentlemen of Verona!
Cease to persuade my loving Proteus. Home-keeping youth have ever homely wits. Would not affection of thy chains thy tender days to the sweet affections of thy honored love? I rather would entreat thy company to see the wonders of the world abroad.
Wilt thou be gone, sweet Valentine? Adieu. Whatever danger of whatever danger do environ me, commend thy grievance to my holy prayers, for I will be thy beadsman, Valentine.
And on my love book, pray for my success.
Huh? What some book I love, I'll pray for thee.
That's on some shallow story of deep love. How young Leander crossed the Hellespont.
And that's a deep story of a deeper love, for he was more than over shoes in love.
'Tis true, and you are over boots in love. And yet you never never swam the Hellespont.
Over the boots? Nay, give me not the boots.
No, I will not, for it boots thee not. To be in love, where scorn is brought with groans.
Tis not, Valentine. I am not love.
Love is your master, for he masters you. But wherefore waste thy time to counsel thee that art a votary of fond desire? Once more, adieu. My father meets me at the road, expects my coming, there to see me shipped.
And thither will I bring thee, Valentine.
No, sweet Proteus, no. Let us take our leave. To Milan, let me hear from thee by letters of thy success in love, and what news else of betideth here in absence of thy friend, and I would likewise visit thee with mine.
All happiness be chance to thee in Milan.
As much to you at home, and so farewell.
Oh, he after honor hunts, I after love. Oh, Julia, thou hast metamorphosed me, made me neglect my studies, lose my
Sir
time.
Proteus, save you. Saw you my master?
But now he parted hence, to work for Milan.
20 to 1 then, and he is shipped already, and I have plagued the sheep in losing him.
Indeed, a sheep doth very often stray, and if the shepherd be a while away.
You conclude then my master's a shepherd then, and I a sheep?
I do.
Why then, my horns are his horns, whether I wake or sleep.
A silly answer, and fitting well a sheep.
This proves me still a sheep.
True, and thy master a shepherd.
Ah, nay, that I can deny by circumstance.
It shall go hard, but I'll prove it by enough.
The shepherd seeks the sheep, and not the sheep the shepherd. But I seek my master, and my master seeks not me. Therefore, I am no sheep.
The sheep for fodder follow the shepherd. The shepherd for food follows not the sheep. Thou for wages followest thy master. Thy master for wages follows not thee. Therefore, thou art a sheep.
Such another proof will make me cry,
What dost thou hear? Knowest thou my letter, Julia?
I, sir.
What said she?
Open your purse that the money in the matter may be both at once delivered.
Well, sir, here is for your pains. What said she?
Truly, sir, I think you'll hardly win her.
Why? Couldst thou perceive so much from her?
Sir, I could perceive nothing at all from her. No, not so much as a thought. Delivering your letter.
What said she? Nothing?
No, not so much as a take this for thy pains. And so, sir, I'll commend you to my master.
Go, be gone. I must go send some better messenger. I fear my Julia would not deign my lines, receiving them from such a worthless post.
But say, Lucetta, now we are alone, of all the fair resort of gentlemen that every day with quarrel encounter me, in my opinion, which is worthiest love?
Please you repeat their names, and I'll show my mind according to my shallow, simple skill.
What thinkst thou of the fair Sir Loverboy?
As of a knight, well spoken, neat and fine, but were I you, he should never be mine.
And what thinkst thou of the rich Mercatio?
Well of his wealth, but of himself, so-so.
What thinkst thou of the gentle Proteus?
Lord, what folly reigns in us?
How now? What means this passion at his name?
Pardon, dear madam, 'tis a passing shame that I, unworthy body as I am, should censure thus a lovely
Gentlemen,
Why not on Proteus, as of all the rest?
then thus, of many good, I think it best.
Your reason?
I have no reason other than a woman's reason. I think him so because I think him so.
Why, he of all the rest hath never moved me.
Yet all the rest, I think he loves you best.
His little speaking shows his love but small.
Fire that's the closest, that burns you most of all.
They do not love, but do not show their love.
Oh, they love least, that let men know their love.
I would I knew his mind.
Where's this paper, madam?
To Julia. Say for whom?
That the contents will show.
Say, who gave it thee?
Sir Valentine's age, and sent, I think, for Proteus. He was given, but I, being in the way, did in your name receive it. Pardon the fault, I pray.
Now have my modesty a goodly broker. Dare you presume to harbor wanton lies? There, take the paper. See it be returned, or else return no more into my sight.
To plead for love deserves more fee than hate,
Will ye be gone?
that ye may ruminate.
And yet I would I had overlooked the letter. It were a shame to call her back again, and pray her to unfold her. Fie, how wayward is this foolish love, that like a testy babe will scratch the nurse, and presently all humbled kiss the rod. My penance is to call Lucetta back, and ask permission for my folly past. What ho, Lucetta!
What would your ladyship?
Is it near dinner time?
I would it were, that you might kill your stomach on your meat, and not upon your maid.
What is that?
Nothing.
Some love of yours hath written to you in rhyme.
That I might sing it, madam, to some tune.
Let's see your song. How now, minion? This babble shall not henceforth trouble me. Go, get you gone, and let the papers lie. You would be fingering them to anger me.
She makes it strange, but she would be best pleased to be so angered with another letter.
Oh, hateful hands, to tear such loving words. I'll kiss each paper, several, for amends. Look, here is writ, kind Julia, unkind Julia, but twice or thrice was Proteus written down. Be calm, good wind, blow not a word away, till I found each letter in the letter, except my own name, that some whirlwind bear and throw it thence into the raging sea. Lo, here in one line is his name twice writ. Poor, forlorn Proteus, passionate Proteus, to the sweet Julia. That I'll tear away. And yet I will not. Yes, readily. He couples it to his complaining names. Thus will I fold them, one upon another. Now kiss, embrace, contend, do what you will.
Madam, dinner is ready, and your father stays.
Come, will it please you go?
Tell me, Pantino, what sad talk you had there with my brother held you in the cloister?
Joseph, his nephew, Proteus, your son.
Why, what's him?
He wondered that your lordship would suffer him to spend his youth at home, while other men of slender reputation put forth their sons to seek preferment out. He said that Proteus, your son, was meet, and did request me to importune you to let him spend his time no more at home, which would be great impeachment to his age and
having known no travel in his youth.
I have considered well his loss of time, and how he cannot be a perfect man not being tried and tutored in the world. Experience is by industry achieved, and perfected by the swift course of time. Now tell me, whither were I best to send him?
I think your lordship is not ignorant how his companion, youthful Valentine, attends the emperor in his royal court.
I know it well.
'Twere good, I think, your lordship sent him thither.
I like thy counsel. Thou hast well advised. I will dispatch him to the emperor's court. And in good time, now we will break with him.
Sweet love, sweet life, sweet life. Oh, heavenly Turio.
Wow. What letter are you reading there?
May it please your lordship, 'tis a word or two of commendation sent from Valentine.
Let me the letter. Let me see the news.
There is no news, my lord. He writes how happily he lives, how well beloved, wishing me with him, partner of his fortune.
And how stand you affected by his wish?
As one relying on your lordship's will.
My will is something sordid with his wish. I am resolved that thou shalt spend some time with Valentinus in the emperor's court. Tomorrow, be in readiness to go.
But my lord, I cannot be so soon provided. Please, you deliver in a day or two.
What thou wants shall be sent after thee. No more stay. Tomorrow thou must go. Come on, Pantino, you shall be employed to hasten his expedition.
Oh, thus have I shunned the fire for fear of burning, and drenched me in the sea where I am drowned. Sir Proteus, your father calls for you. He is in haste, therefore I pray you go.
Ah, Sylvia.
Madam Sylvia? Madam Sylvia?
What now, sir?
She's not within hearing, sir.
Why, sir, who bade you call her?
Your worship, sir, or else I mistook.
Who to, sir? Tell me, do you know Madam Sylvia?
She that your worship loves.
How do you know that I am in love?
Very these special marks. First you have learned, like Sir Proteus, to wreathe your arms, to relish a love song, to walk alone, to sigh, to weep, to fast.
But tell me, dost thou know my lady Sylvia?
Why, sir, I know her.
But tell me, hast thou observed me gaze upon her at supper? I mean, even she, do you know her?
Last, and have you?
You know her not?
And have you?
I have.
Only not lamely written.
No, boy, but I wrote them as well as I could do them. Last night she enjoined me to write some lines to those she loves, and here they are. Speak, here she comes.
Oh, excellent motion, madam, mistress.
A thousand good morrows.
Sir Valentine and servant. 2,000.
As you enjoined me, I have writ your letter to the secret, nameless friend of yours, which I was much unwilling to proceed in, but for my duty to your ladyship.
I thank you, gentle servants. 'Tis very quickly done.
But now trust me, madam, it came hardly off for being ignorant to whom it goes. I writ at random, very doubtfully.
Perchance you think too much of so much pains?
No, madam. So instead, I will write, please, you command, 1,000 times as much, and yet
Period. Well, I guess the sequel. And yet, I will not name it. And yet, I care not. And yet, take this again. And yet, I thank you. Meaning henceforth to trouble you no more.
And yet you will. And yet another yet.
What means your ladyship? Do you not like it?
Yes, the lines are very quaintly writ, but since unwillingly, take them again. Hey, take them.
Madam, they are for you.
You let them, sir, at my request, but I will none of them. They are for you. And I will writ them more movingly.
Please, your lady, I will write your ladyship another.
And when it's writ, for my sake, read it over, and if it please you, so, if not, why so?
If it please me, milady.
What then? Why, if it please you, take it for your labor, and so, good morrow, servants.
Oh, excellent device. Was there ever heard a better? That my master, being scribe to himself, should write the letter.
How now, sir? What are you reasoning with yourself?
Nay, I was rhyming. 'Tis you that have the reason.
To do what?
Be a spokesman for Madame Sylvia.
To whom?
To yourself.
Well, she hath not writ to me.
What made she when she had made you write to yourself? Why, do you not perceive the desk?
No, believe me.
Why, she hath given you a letter,
That's the letter I have written to her friend.
and that letter hath she delivered, and there an end.
But it were no word.
I'll warrant you, sir, 'tis as well. I miss you, sir. It just didn't happen.
I have rhymed.
I would fain have me. Be not like your mistress. Be moved, be moved.
Julia, I must, when there is no remedy. When possibly I can, I will return. If you turn not, you will return the sooner. Keep this remembrance for thy Julia's sake. Oh, why then we'll make exchange. Here, do this. And seal the bargain with a holy kiss. Here is my hand for my true constancy. My father stays my coming. Answer not. Farewell. What? Gone without a word? I, so true love should do, cannot speak. Oh, for truth hath better deeds than words to grace it.
Sir Proteus, you are stayed for.
Go, I come. Alas, this parting strikes poor lovers dumb. Twill be this hour ere I have done weeping. I am going with Sir Proteus to the Imperial's court. I think Crab my dog.
This shoe is my father. No. No. This left shoe is my father. No. This left shoe is my mother. No. Nay, that cannot be so neither. Yes. Oh, yes, it is so. It has to have the worser whole. So. The shoe with the hole in it is my mother, and this my father. Now, sir, this staff is my sister. This hat is Nan, our maid, and I am the dog.
Woof!
The dog is himself, and I am the dog. Oh, the dog is me and I am myself. Oh, so. Now, I come to my father. Father, your blessing. And should not the shoe speak a word for weeping? Now I kiss my father. Well, he weeps on. Now I come to my mother. Well, I kiss her. Where that is my mother's breath up and down. Now I come to my sister. See, mark how the moan she makes. Now the dog, all this while, sheds not a tear, nor speaks a word.
Lance, away! Away! Aboard! What's the matter? Wait yourself, man! Away, ass! You'll lose the tide if you tarry any longer.
Lose the tide? Why, man, if the river were dry, I am able to fill it with my tears.
Come away, man. I was sent to call thee.
Call, sir, call me what thou darest.
Wilt thou go?
Well, I will go.
Servant, mistress.
Master Turio frowns on you.
I voyage from love. Of my mistress then.
You are sad.
Indeed, madam, I seem so.
Seem you that you are not.
Happily I do.
So you counterfeit.
So do you.
Well, I am not.
Wise.
Fine volley of words, gentlemen. Very quickly shot off.
Tis indeed, madam. We thank the giver.
And who is that, servant?
Yourself, sweet lady, for you gave the fire. Sir Turio borrows his wit from your ladyship's looks and spends what he borrows kindly in your company.
Sir, if you spend word for word with me, I shall make your wit bankrupt.
I know it well, sir. You have an exchequer of words, and I think no other treasure.
No more, gentlemen. Here comes my father.
Daughter Sylvia, thou seems beset. Sir Valentine, your father is in good health. What say you to a letter from your friends?
My lord, I will be thankful to any happy messenger from thence.
What, know ye Valentinio, your countryman?
I, my good lord, I know the gentleman to be of worth and worthy estimation, and not without desert so well reputed.
Have he not a son?
I, my good lord,
You know him well.
I knew him as myself, for from our infancy we have conversed and spent our hours together.
Well, sir, this gentleman is come to me. And here I think he means to stay a while, and I think it's no unwelcome news to you.
Should I have wished a thing, it had been he.
Well, then welcome him. according to his worth, I'll send him hither to you presently.
This is the gentleman I told you about had come with me, but that his mistress did hold his eyes locked in her crystal looks.
But like that now she had enfranchised him upon some other common revealed to him.
Nay, sure, I think she holds them prisoners still.
They say that love hath not an eye at all.
To see such lovers, Turio, as yourself.
Half done, half done. Here comes the gentleman.
Oh, mistress, I beseech you, confirm his welcome with some special favor.
His worth is warrant for his welcome hither. If this be he you oft have wished to hear from.
Oh, mistress, it is. Sweet lady, entertain him for your servant.
Servant, you are welcome to a worthless mistress.
I'll die on him that says so by yourself,
That you are welcome.
that you are worthless.
Madam, my lord your father would speak with you.
I wait upon his pleasure. So come, Sir Turio, go with me. Once more, new servant, welcome. I'll leave you to confer of home affairs. When you have done, we look to hear from
We'll both attend upon your ladyship.
Now tell me, how dwell from whence you came? Oh, how is your lady? And how thrives your love?
My tales of love were not to weary you. I know you joy not in a love discourse.
I, Proteus, but that life is altered now. For in revenge of my contempt of love, love hath chased sleep from my enthralled eyes, and made them watchers of my own heart's sorrow. Oh, gentle Proteus, love's a mighty lord.
Enough. I read your fortune in your eye. Was this the idol that you worship?
Even she, and is she not a heavenly saint?
No, but she is an earthly paragon.
Call her divine, sovereign to all the creatures on the earth.
Except my mistress.
Not sweet, except not any.
Have I not reason to prefer mine own?
And I will help thee to prefer her too. She shall be dignified with this high honor, to bear my lady's train, lest the base earth should from her vesture chance to steal a kiss.
Oh, why, Valentine? What braggartism is this?
Pardon me, Proteus, all I can is nothing to her, whose worth makes other worthies nothing. She is alone.
Then let her alone.
Not for the world, my man, she is my own, my foolish rival that her father likes only for his possessions are so huge, is gone with her along, and I must after. For love, thou knowest, is full of jealousy.
But she loves you.
Aye, and we are betrothed. Nay more, our marriage hour, with all the cunning manner of our flight, determined of, how I must climb a ladder to her window, a ladder made of cords, and all the means plotted and agreed upon for my happiness. Oh, God, Proteus, go with me to my chamber in these affairs to aid me with thy counsel.
Go on before. I shall inquire you for it. Even as one heat another heat expels, so the remembrance of my former love is by a newer object quite forgotten. Is it mine eye or Valentine's praise that makes me reasonless to reason thus? She's fair. And so is Julia that I love, that I did love. For now my love is thawed. Methinks my zeal to Valentine is cold, and that I love him not as I was wont. Oh, but I love his lady too much. And that's the reason I love him so little. If I can check my erring love, I will.
If not, to compass her, I'll use my skill.
Lads, by mine honesty, welcome to Villain.
Forswear not thyself, sweet youth, for I am not welcome.
Come on, you madcap. Out to the alehouse. How did thy master part from Julia? Shall she marry him?
No,
How then? Shall he marry her?
no, neither.
What? Are they broken?
No, they are both whole as a fish.
Why then, how stands the matter with them?
Marry thus, when it stands well with him, it stands well with her.
What an ass art thou? I understand thee not.
What wrong art thou that thou canst not? My staff understands me.
What thou sayest?
Aye, and what I do too. Look thee, I'll but lean, and my staff understands me.
It stands under thee indeed.
Why, stand under and understand is all one.
But tell me true. Will it be a match?
Ask my dog. If he say aye, it will. If he say no, it will. If he say nothing, it will.
The conclusion is then that it will. But lads, how sayest thou that my master has become a notable lover?
I never knew him otherwise.
I tell thee, my master's become a hot lover.
Why, I tell thee, I care not though he burn himself in love. If thou wilt, go with me to the alehouse. Wilt thou go?
At thy service.
Leave my Julia, shall I be forsworn? To love fair Sylvia, shall I be forsworn? To wrong my friend, I shall be much forsworn.
Love bade me swear, and love bids me forswear. Oh, sweet, suggesting love, if thou hast sinned, teach me, a tempted subject, to excuse it. At first, I did adore a twinkling star, but now I worship a celestial sun. Unheedful vows may heedfully be broken. Julia I lose, and Valentine I lose. If I keep them, I needs must lose myself. If I lose them, thus find I by their loss. For Valentine, myself. For Julia, Sylvia. I to myself am dearer than a friend. I will forget that Julia is alive. Remembering that my love to her is dead. And Valentine, I'll hold an enemy, aiming at Sylvia as a sweeter friend. I cannot now prove constant to myself without some treachery used to Valentine. This night he meaneth with a corded ladder to climb celestial Sylvia's chamber window. Now, presently, I'll give her father notice, who all enraged will banish Valentine. For Turio he intends to wed his daughter. But Valentine being gone, I'll quickly cross by some sly trick blunt Turio's dull proceeding. Love, lend me wings to make my purpose swift, as thou hast lent me wit to plot this drift.
Counsel, Lucetta, gentle girl, assist me. And tell me some good mean, how with my honor I may undertake a journey to my loving Proteus.
Alas, the way is wearisome and long. Better forbear till Proteus make return.
Oh, knowest thou not his looks are my soul's food? Didst thou but know the inly touch of love, thou wouldst as soon go kindle fire with snow, as seek to quench the fire of love with words.
I do not seek to quench your love. Hot fire, but qualify the fire's extreme rage, lest it should burn above the bounds of reason.
The more thou danced it up, the more it burns. Then let me go and hinder not my course.
But in what habit will you go?
Not like a woman, for I would prevent the loose encounters of lascivious men. Gentle Lucetta, fit me with such weeds as may beseem some well-reputed page.
Well, then your ladyship must cut your hair.
No, girl! Get it up!
What fashion, madam, should I make your breeches?
Lucetta, as thou lovest me, let me have what thou thinkst meet and is most mannerly. But tell me, wench, how will the world repute me for undertaking so unstaid a journey? I fear me it will make me scandalized.
If you think so, then stay home and go not.
That I will not.
Then never dream on infamy, but go. Oh dear, if Proteus like your journey when you come, no matter who is displeased when you are gone, I fear he will be scarce pleased withal.
That is the least, Lucetta, of my fear. 1,000 oaths, an ocean of his tears, and instances of infinite of love warrant me welcome to my Proteus.
All these are servants of deceitful men.
Base men that use them to so base effect. But truer stars did govern Proteus's birth.
Pray heaven he prove so when you come to him.
Now, as thou lovest me, do him not that wrong, to bear a hard opinion of his truth. All that is mine I leave at thy dispose, my goods, my lands, my reputation, only in lieu thereof, dispatch me hence. Come, answer not, but to it presently. I'm impatient of my tarriance.
So, Turio, give us leave, I say, a while. We have some secrets to confer about. Tell me now, Proteus, what you will with me.
My gracious lord, that which I would discover, the law of friendship bids me to conceal. No, worthy prince, Sir Valentine, my friend, this night intends to steal away your daughter. Myself and one made privy to the plot. I know you have determined to bestow her on Turio, whom your gentle daughter hates. And should she thus be stolen away from you, it would be much vexation to your age.
Proteus, I thank thee for thine honest care. This Lilithers myself I have seen, and oftentimes have purpose to forbid Sir Valentine her company or my court. And thou mayest perceive, my fear, this knowing that tender youth is soon suggested, I nightly lodge her in the upper tower, and the key whereof myself I have ever kept, and hence she cannot be conveyed away.
No, noble lord, they have devised a mean how he her chamber window will ascend, and with a corded ladder fetch her down. And this way comes he with it presently, where, if it please you, intercept me. Would my lord do it so kindly that my discovery be not hinted at?
Upon my honor, he shall never know that I had any light from the others.
But you, my lord, Sir Valentine is coming.
Sir Valentine, stay with me a while. 'Tis not unknown to me that I sought to match my friend Sir Turio to my daughter.
I know it well, my lord, and sure the match were rich and honorable. Cannot your grace win her fancy to him?
No, trust me. She is peevish, sullen, froward, proud, disobedient, stubborn, lacking duty, not regarding that she is my child, nor fearing that I am her father. And, may I say to thee, this pride of hers, upon advice, hath drawn my love from her. And where I thought the remnant of my age should have been cherished by her childlike duty, I am now fully resolved to take a wife and turn her out to whoever who will take her in.
What would my lord have me to do with this?
There is a lady of Verona here. But I affect, yet she is coy and nice, and not esteemed my aged eloquence. Now, therefore, I would have thee to tutor, for long ago have I forgot how to court.
Win her with gifts if she respects not words.
She did scorn a present that I sent her.
Then send her another.
Severely from resort of men that no man had access to her by day.
Why then I would resort to her by night.
Aye, but the doors be locked and keys kept safe, that no man hath recourse to her by night.
But one may enter at her window.
Her chamber is aloft, far from the ground, and you couldn't climb it because of the shelving on it without apparent risk to one's life.
Well, then a ladder, quaintly made of cords, would serve to scale another hero's tower. So bold Leander would adventure it.
Advise me, for I might get such a ladder.
When would you use it, pray sir, tell me that?
This very night.
Well, by 7 o'clock, I can get you such a ladder.
How should I best convey the ladder thither?
Oh, it will be like, my lord, that you may bear it under a cloak that is of any length.
A cloak such as thine? Let me see that cloak, and I'll get thee one of such another length. What? What letter is this? What's here? Sylvia, be so bold to break this. Sylvia, this night I will enfranchise thee. 'Tis so, and here's the ladder for the purpose. Go! Bestow thy body spotless. But if thou linger in my territories longer than strict this expedition will give thee time to leave our royal court, by heaven, my wrath shall far exceed the love I ever bore my daughter or thyself. Be gone! I will not hear thy lady speak, but as thou lovest thy life, make speed from hence.
banished from her is self from self, and from that is a deadly banishment. What light is light if Sylvia be not seen? What joy is joy if Sylvia be not by? Unless it be to think that she is by and feed upon the shadow of perfection. Except it be by Sylvia in the night, or there is no music in the nightingale. Unless I look on Sylvia in the day, there is no day for me to look upon. Tarry I here, I but attend to death. But fly I hence, I fly away from
Run, boy, run, and seek him out.
Soho.
What's he stop?
Him we go to find. There's not a hair on heads, but 'tis a Valentine.
Valentine?
Yeah.
Who then? The spirit?
Neither.
What then?
Nothing. Can nothing speak? Master, shall I strike? Who wouldst thou strike?
Nothing.
Forbear. Friend Valentine, a word.
I know not my word.
Sir, there is a proclamation that you are banished.
That thou art banished.
Aye, that's the news. From hence, from Sylvia, and from me, thy friend. I am fed upon this woe already. Does Sylvia know that I am banished? Aye, and she hath offered to do a sea of melting pearl, which some call tears.
Those at her father's churlish feet she tendered.
But neither bended knees nor silver tears could
Penetrate her uncompassionate sire. But Valentine, if he be tame,
must die.
no more.
Lest next word thou speakest have some malignant power on my life.
Cease to lament for that thou canst not help. The time now serves not to expostulate. Come, I'll convey thee through the city gate.
I pray thee, lad, if thou seest my boy, bid him make haste and meet me at the north gate.
Go, Sigurd. Find him out. Not Valentine.
My dear Sylvia, hapless Valentine. I am but a fool, look you, and yet I have the wit to think my master is a kind of a knave. That's all one. I am in love. But a team of horse shall not pluck that from me, nor 'tis who I love. 'Tis enough, babe. She hath more qualities than a water spaniel. Here's the catalog of her condition. Imprimis, she can fetch and carry. My horse can do no more.
Now, Sudell, Lance, what news with your mastership?
With my master's ship, why it is at sea.
Well, you're old wise still. Mistake the word. What news then in your paper? Let me read them.
Lie on thee, Jolthead, thou canst not read.
Thou liest, I can.
Here, and St. Nicholas be thy speed.
Item, she can sew.
That's as much to say, can she? Sew.
Item, she can
wash and scour.
A special virtue, for then she need not be washed and scoured.
Item, she hath many nameless virtues.
That's as much to say bastard virtues that indeed know not their fathers, and therefore have no names.
Here follow her vices.
Close at the heel of her virtues.
Item, she doth talk in her sleep.
It's no matter for that, so she sleep not in her talk.
Item, she hath no teeth.
Oh, I care not for that neither, because I love crusts.
Item, she hath more hair than wit, and more faults than hairs, and more wealth than thoughts.
Stop there. I'll have her. She was mine, and not mine twice or thrice in that last article. Rehearse that once more.
Item, she hath more hair than wit,
More hair than wit, it may be. I'll prove it. What's next?
and more faults than hairs,
That's monstrous. Oh, that word out.
and more wealth than thoughts.
Why, that word makes the words gracious. Well, I'll have her, and if it be a match, as nothing is impossible.
What then?
Why then, I will tell thee that thy master stays for thee at the north gate.
For me? And must I go to him?
Thou must run to him, for thou hast stayed so long that going will scarce serve the turn.
Why didst not tell me sooner? Pox of your love letters.
Now will he be swinged for reading my letter. I'll after to rejoice in the boy's corrections.
Turio, fear not, but she will love you. Now Valentine is banished from her sight.
Since his exile, she hath despised me the most, forsworn my company, and railed at me, that I am desperate of attaining her.
Little time will melt her frozen thoughts, and worthless Valentine shall be forgotten. Oh, now, Sir Proteus, is your countryman according to our proclamation gone?
Gone, my good lord.
My daughter takes his going most grievously.
Time, my lord, will kill that.
So I believe. But Turio thinks not so. Thou knowest how willingly I would effect a match between Sir Turio and my daughter.
I do, my lord.
And also I think that thou art not ignorant how she opposes her will against my will.
She did, my lord, when Valentine was here.
Aye, and she perseveres. So what might we do to make the girl forget the love of Valentine and love Sir Turio?
The best way is to slander Valentine.
And that you must undertake to slander him.
And that, my lord, I shall be loath to do. 'Tis an ill office for a gentleman, especially against his very friend.
Well, where your good word cannot advantage him, your slander could never indamage him.
You have prevailed, my lord. But say this we her love from Valentine, it follows not that she will love Sir Turio.
Therefore, as you unwind her love from him, lest it should rattle and be good to none, you must provide to bottom it on me, which must be done by praising me as much as in worth dispraise Sir Valentine.
And Proteus, we dare trust you in this kind because we know, on Valentine's report, you are already love's true votary, and cannot soon revolt and change your mind.
As much as I can do, I will effect. But you, Sir Turio, are not sharp enough. You must lay line to tangle her desires.
I much as the force of heaven-bred posy.
Visit by night the lady's chamber window with some sweet concert. This almost nothing will hurt her.
This discipline shows how that has been in love.
And my advice this night I'll put in practice. Therefore, sweet Proteus, my direction giver, let us into the city presently to sort some gentlemen well skilled in music. I have a sonnet that will serve the turn to give the onset to thy good advice.
About it, gentlemen.
Stand fast. See a passenger.
If there be like 10, shrink not, but down with them.
Take him, sir, and throw us that you have about ye. If not, we'll make you sit and rifle you.
What are donkeys, all the fellows and all the travelers do fear so much?
My friends,
That's not so. We are your enemies.
Peace, we'll hear him.
Aye, for he is a proper man.
then know that I have little wealth to lose.
Where did travel you?
To Verona,
Whence came you?
from Milan,
How long have you sojourned there?
some 16 months and longer might I have stayed, if crooked fortune had not thwarted me.
What, were you banished us?
I was.
For what offense?
I killed a man, whose death I much repent, yet I slew him manfully in fight, without false vantage or base treachery.
Why? Never repented and never done so. But were you banished for so small a fault?
I was, and held her glad of such a doom.
Have you the tongues?
My youthful travel there and made me happy, or else I often have been made miserable.
By the bare scalp of Robin Hood's fat fry, this fellow were a king for a wild faction.
Word.
Master, be one of them. It's all kinds of fear.
Tell us this. Have you anything to take to?
Nothing but my fortune.
Know then that some of us are gentlemen. Myself was from Verona banished for practicing to steal away a lady.
And like I from Mantua, for a gentleman who, in my mood, I stabbed into the heart.
And I for such like petty crimes as these. See, you are beautified in good shape. By your own report, are a linguist, and a man of such perfection as we do in your quality much want.
Are you content to be our general, who can make a virtue of necessity, and live as we do here in the wilderness?
What sayest thou? Wilt thou be of our consort? Say I, and be the captain of us.
Thou scornest our courtesy, thou diest.
Thou shalt not live to brag what we have offered.
I will accept your offer and live with you.
Yeah!
Provided that you do no outages on silly women or poor passengers.
No, we detest such vile base practices. Go with us.
Already have I been false to Valentine, but Sylvia is too fair, too true, too holy, to be corrupted with my worthless gifts. When to her beauty I commit my vows, she bids me think how I have been forsworn in breaking faith with Julia, whom I love.
How now, Sir Proteus? Are you prepped for us?
Aye, gentle Turio, for you know that love will creep in service where it cannot go.
Aye, but I hope, sir, that you love not here.
Sir, but I do, or else I would be hanged.
Who, Sylvia?
Aye, Sylvia, for your sake.
I thank you for your own. Now, gentlemen, let's tune and to it lustily for a while.
Come, we'll have you married. I'll bring you where you shall hear music and see the gentleman that you asked for.
But shall I hear him speak?
Aye, that you shall.
That will be music.
Hark, hark.
Is he among these?
Aye, but peace. Let's hear him.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Who is Sylvia? What is she? That all our swains command her.
see the heavens are Christ in land for, that she might adore me.
Is she kind as she is fair?
For beauty lives with kindness, not enough to rise with the hair.
And he
How do you, man? The music likes you not?
A musician likes me not.
Why, my pretty youth?
He plays false, father.
How, out of tune?
I would I were dead.
I perceive you like not in music.
Not a bit, when it jars so. But host, doth this Sir Proteus that we talk on often resorted to his gentlewoman?
I tell you what Lance's man told me. He loved her out of all Nick.
Where is Lance?
We have gone to seek his dog, which tomorrow, by his master's command, he must carry for a present to his lady.
Peace, stand aside, the company parts.
Sir Turio, fear not you. I will so plead that you shall say my cunning drift excels.
Farewell.
Madam? Good evening to your ladyship.
Sir Proteus, as I take it.
Sir Proteus, gentle lady, and your servant.
What's your will?
That I may accomplish yours.
You have your wish. My will is even this, that presently you hie you home to bed. Thou subtle, perjured, false, disloyal man, thinkest thou I am so shallow, so conceitless to be seduced by thy flattery, that hast deceived so many with thy vows? Return, return, make thy love amends. For me, by this pale queen of night, I swear, I am so far from granting thy request that I despise thee for thy wrongful suit.
I grant, sweet love, that I did love a lady, but she is dead.
For false, if I should speak it, for I am sure she is not buried.
I say that she be, yet Valentine, thy friend survives, to whom thyself art witness. I am betrothed, and art thou not ashamed to wrong him with thy importunancy?
I likewise hear that Valentine is dead.
And so suppose am I, for in its grave assure thyself, my love is very real.
Madam, your heart be so abjured. Vouchsafe me yet your picture for my love. The picture that is hanging in your chamber. To that I'll speak. To that I'll sigh and weep. And to your shadow will I make true love.
I am very loath to be your idol, sir, but since your falsehood shall become you well to worship shadows and adore false shapes, send to me in the morning, and I'll send it. And so, good rest.
Host, will you go?
How is I was fast asleep?
Pray you, where lies Sir Proteus?
Mary at my house. Trust me, I think 'tis almost dead.
Not so, but it hath been the longest night that e'er I watched, and the most heaviest.
This is the hour that Madame Sylvia entreated me to call and know her mind. There's some great matter she employed me in. Madam?
Who calls?
One that attends your lady's command.
Sir Eglamour, a thousand times good morning.
As many worthy lady to yourself. I am thus early come to know what service it is your pleasure to command me.
Sir Eglamour, thou art a gentleman. Thou art not ignorant what dear goodwill I bear unto the banished Valentine, nor how my father would force me to marry vain Turio, whom my very soul abhorred. Thyself hast loved,
And I have heard thee say that no grief did ever come so near thy heart as when thy lady and thy true love died, upon whose grave you bowed pure chastity. Sir Eglamour, I would to Valentine, to Mantua, where I hear he makes abode, and for the ways are dangerous to pass, I do desire thy worthy company, upon whose faith and honor I repose. If not, to hide what I have said to thee, that I may venture to depart alone.
I give consent to go along with you. When will you go?
This evening coming,
Where shall I meet you?
at Friar Patrick's cell, where I intend holy confession.
I will not fail your ladyship. Good morrow, little lady.
Good morrow, kind Sir Eglamour.
When a man's servant shall play the cur with him, look you, it goes hard.
I was sent to deliver him as a present to Mistress Sylvia. And I came no sooner into the dining chamber, but he thrusts me himself into the company of 3 or 4 gentlemen like dogs under the Duke's table. He had not been there, bless the mark, a pissing while, but all the chamber smelt him. Out with the dog, says one. What cur is that? Says another. Whip him out, says the third. Hang him up, says the Duke. I, having been acquainted with the smell before, knew it was crab. And goes me to the fellow that whips the dogs. Friend, quoth I, you mean to whip the dog? Aye, marry, do I, quoth he. You do him the more wrong, quoth I. 'Twas I did the thing you wot of. He makes me no more ado, but whips me out of the chamber. How many masters would do this for his servant?
Sebastian is thy name? I like thee well, and will employ thee in some service presently.
And what you please, I'll do what I can.
I hope thou wilt. How now, you whoreson peasant? Where have you been these 2 days loitering?
Marry, sir, I carried Mistress Sylvia, the dog you bade me.
Woof!
Didst thou offer her this from me?
Aye, sir.
What may I say? Stayst thou that vets me here? Sebastian, go presently and take this ring with thee. Deliver it to Madame Sylvia. She loved me well, delivered it to me.
It seems you loved not her to leave her token. She is dead, belike?
Not so. I think she lives.
Alas!
Why dost thou cry, alas?
I cannot choose but pity her.
Well, give her that ring. That's her chamber. Tell my lady I claim the promise for her heavenly picture.
How many women would do such a message? Alas, poor Proteus, thou hast entertained a fox to be the shepherd of thy lambs. This ring I gave him when he parted from me to bind him to remember my good will. And now am I, unhappy messenger, to plead for that which I would not obtain. Gentlewoman, good day. I pray you, be my mean to bring me where to speak with Madame Sylvia.
What would you with her, that I be she?
If you be she, I do entreat your patience to hear me speak the message I am sent on.
From whom?
From my master, Sir Proteus, madam.
Oh, he sends you for a picture?
Aye, madam.
Ursula, bring my picture there. You can tell him from me. Julia, that his changing thoughts forget, would better fit his chamber than his shadow.
Madam, he sends your ladyship this ring.
The more shame for him that he sends it me. For I have heard him say 1,000 times that Julia gave him it at his departure. For This false finger has profaned the ring. Mine shall not do his Julia so much wrong.
She thanks you.
What says thou?
I thank you, madam, that you tender her. Poor gentlewoman, my master wrongs her much.
Dost thou know her?
Almost as well as I do know myself.
Like she thinks that Proteus hath forsook her?
I think she does, and that's her cause of sorrow.
Alas, poor lady, desolate and left. I weep myself to think upon thy words. Farewell.
And she shall thank you for it, if e'er you knew her. A virtuous gentlewoman, mild and beautiful. I hope my master's suit will be but cold.
The sun begins to gild the western sky, and now it is about the very hour that Sylvia at Friar Patrick's cell should meet. See where she comes, maybe a happy evening.
Amen, amen. Go on, good Eglamour. Out at the postern by the abbey wall, I fear I am attended by some spies.
Fear not, the forest is not 3 leagues off. If we recover that, we are sure enough.
Sir Proteus, what says Sylvia to my suit?
Oh, sir, I find her milder than she was, but she still takes exception at your person.
What, my leg is too long?
No, that is
I'll wear a boot to make it somewhat rounder.
But love will not be spurred to what it loathes.
How like she my discourse?
ill when you talk of war.
But well when I discourse of love and peace.
But better indeed when you hold your peace.
What says she to my birth?
That you are well derived.
True, from a gentleman to a fool. Here comes the Duke.
Now, Sir Proteus, and our Turio. Saw either of you Eglamour?
Not I.
Nor I.
Saw you my daughter?
Neither.
Why then she has fled with that peasant Valentine. And Eglamour is in her company. Besides, she did intend confession at Patrick's still this evening, and there she was not. These likelihoods confirm her flight from hence. Therefore, I pray you, stand not to discourse. Dispatch, sweet gentlemen, follow me.
Why, this it is to be a peevish girl that flies her fortune when it follows her. I'll after more to be revenged on Eglamour than for the love of precious Sylvia.
And I will follow more for Sylvia's love than make of Eglamour that goes with her.
And I will follow.
Come, be patient. We must bring her to our captain. Where's the gentleman that was with her?
Being nimble-footed, he hath outrun us. Go thou with her to the west end of the wood. There is our captain. We'll follow him that fled. The thicket is beset. He cannot escape.
Come, I must bring you to the captain's cave. Fear not, he bears an honorable mind and will not use a woman lawlessly.
Oh, Valentine, this I endure for thee?
How used to free to habit is such a man. This shadowy desert, unfrequented woods, aye, better brook than flourishing peopled towns. Draw thee, Valentine. Who's this comes here?
Madam, this service that I have done for you, vouchsafe me for my need but one fair look.
Had I been seized by a hungry lion, I would have been a breakfast to the beast rather than to have false Proteus rescue me.
Oh, 'tis the curse in love, and still approved that where women cannot love where they are loved.
When Proteus cannot love where he's beloved. Read over Julia's heart, thy first best love. Thou counterfeit to thy true friend.
In love, who respects friend?
All men, but Proteus.
Nay, if the gentle spirit of moving words can no way change you to a milder form, I'll woo you like a soldier. at arm's end, and love you against the nature of love. Force ye! Ruffian!
Treacherous man! Oh, that thou hast beguiled my hopes. Not but mine eye could have persuaded me, Proteus. I am sorry. I must never trust thee more. O time most accursed, amongst all foes that a friend should be the worst.
Shame and guilt confounds me. Forgive me, Valentine. If hearty sorrow be a sufficient ransom for offense, I tender here. I do as truly suffer as ere I did come in.
Then am I paid, and once again I do receive the honest. Once again I receive thee, and that my love may appear plain and free. All that was mine in Sylvia I give thee.
Oh, be unhappy!
Boy, my boy.
Oh, good sir, my master charged me to deliver a ring to Madame Sylvia, which out of my neglect was never done.
Where is that ring, boy?
Here it is. This is it.
How? Let us see. Why, this is the ring I gave to Julia.
And Julia herself did give it me, and Julia herself hath brought it hither.
Oh, Julia!
Oh, Proteus, let this habit make thee blush. It is the lesser blot modesty finds, women to change their shapes and men their minds.
Inconstancy falls off ere it begins. What is in Sylvia's face? That I may spy more fresh in Julia's with a constant eye. Bear witness, heaven, my having my wish. Forever?
And I, mine?
A prize! A prize!
It is my lord that you, your grace, you're welcome to a man disgraced, banished Valentine.
Sir Valentine?
Yonder is Sylvia, and Sylvia is mine.
Turio, give back, or else embrace thy death.
Sir Valentine, I care not for her. I'm not a fool that will endanger his body for a girl that loves him not. I claim her not, therefore she is thine.
Well, now by the honor of thy ancestry, I do applaud thy spirit, Valentine. I know then that I forget all former griefs, I cancel all grudge, I repeal thee home again. Welcome, Sir Valentine. Thou art a gentleman, well derived. Thou art, take thy, my Sylvia. Thou hast deserved her.
You're great, so let this make me happy. Now, my lord, I beseech you for your daughter's sake, to grant one boon that I shall ask of you.
Well, I'll grant it for thee, whatever it may be.
These banished men that I helped kept withal, forgive them what they have committed here, and let them be recalled from their exile.
I pardon thee.
We have prevailed, my lord. What thinkst thou of this page, my lord?
I think the boy has much grace in him. He blushes.
I warned you, my lord, more grace than boy.
What do you mean by that saying?
Oh, please you, I'll tell you as we pass along, that you will wonder what hath fortunate. Come, Proteus, 'tis your penance but to hear the story of your loves discovered. That done, our day of marriage shall be yours. One feast, one house, one mutual happiness. Yeah!